Hello guys, how are you doing today? Today I'm showing you how to do what we call converting a Pi file to an exe file, like a bundle file. You see that I'm using Pygame, and you see that over here I initialize Pygame. I'm loading the icon. If you don't want to, you don't need to. I'm just saying, I just load the icon, and I loaded also a soccer ball over here. I got it like soccer ball and initiate put that on like bar logo, and you see that I am updating at the end because I don't want like the frame to disappear. This loop is just to do what we call like keep looping until I close. So let's see real quick if it's gonna work. Let's see if we're gonna have the icon and also the soccer ball. Let me run it. Awesome. You see that. You see the icon over here, game icon, and the small soccer ball. I could load some more images and load some audio file. It will work, trust me, and this is good. So now, as soon as we have that, let's try now to do what we call having a bundle file. Let me close this guy. Let me come over here, and I already put it over here. So over here you need to make sure that you install Pyinstaller. So minus big F, you already know that means like putting everything in one bundle file. Minus I will just say okay, just load the icon. Now at the end we have to put um the name of the file, which is explanation of pi to x. Now let's hit enter. If we hit enter, now you see that the program Pyinstaller is working and is trying to build what we call the one bundle file. It might take a little bit of time, but let's just see what we're gonna have. If you have a fast computer, you see it will go fast. Now it put everything somewhere, and usually it puts it on a distant folder. Let's go to my distant folder. This over here, it was explanations of pi to x. Now let's see if I click it, if it's gonna work. This is my antivirus. It's gonna check everything. You see, it just disappeared. Why it disappeared? It is because of this. It couldn't see the file. It couldn't see like one file, which is an image. Let's go to line number 14. If you go to line number 14, we see that that was supposed to be this game icon. So it couldn't really load the game icon. Why it couldn't load the game icon? And we know that the game icon, that icon is on a folder called img. Okay, and that folder I have it over here. So if I go over here, I see that img, I have the icon and this thing over here. So why it doesn't want to load it? It is something else. Okay, now I could give like so many explanation, but let me just pause it out right now and show you a faster way to have it load and everything. Let me just do it right now. Okay, guys, let's come back to our thing. You see that I put this if else to see if we are doing a normal Python process or if we are running as a bundle. And as a bundle, this is some tests we do over here, and you put like this my pass over here. I mean, if you want to read, you can just like put my pass in Google and you can read about it. You can know more about it. And this is a function that we get what we call an absolute path by putting the relative path. And you see that we're gonna have a base path that's gonna have something what we call getting a base path like by putting like string. And you see that we're gonna return what we call we're gonna return like a join of the base path and the relative path. But you see that over here, I put temp folder instead of my path. I could put my path but for some reason, for some computers, if you put my path over here, it is not gonna see this my path. It's gonna create something else different, and it's like a long explanation If you want, you can check it online. Again, that's a long explanation. The best thing from what I discovered is don't use my path, because on the temp file it won't necessarily create this folder, it might create another folder. So instead of having the confusion, just like, how about like you make your own folder and say, hey, while you're doing the bundle file, please use this folder. I'm gonna call it temp folder, you could call it anything, and that way it's gonna work. So this is the next step. Let's just run it again. It worked over here. Let's recreate what we call the bundle file. And you see that I don't put minus W. Minus W is just like to say, hey, don't give me an extra console. But that extra console is good because it's gonna show you what we call what problem you have. It's gonna show you the error. Let's just do it again right now and see what we're gonna have. It's working again. It's gonna try to do the thing, and you see that it's going faster. It's going fast. It's gonna rewrite the file I had over there, and it might work. It might not work. If it doesn't work, there is something like called like a trick. I have to take care of that, and it's gonna be working. Let's see what we're gonna have. Now we have this. Let's go back to this. You see that it's updating. Let's give it a second. It's ready. Let me just hit it. And let's see my antivirus again, seeing if that's a virus or no. Close it out. You see, it disappear again. Why? I could actually take a screenshot of it, but the reason why I disappear is because it could not see the images. It could not see the images, and the images were on a file called img. Now, an explanation of that is just that if you want to make it work and like send it to your friends so they can work like to any type of like computers, you have to make sure like this bundle file is going to be at the same folder or the same location of the img file. Okay, this bundle file has to be at the same folder as the other images. You know that icon and the circle ball, I put them on the folder called img. You can do that for like img for like songs. Now to make it work, you have to just like get that folder img and put it over here. Now since this is a bundle file, I'm going to just come over here, get img. I'm going to just copy it, because remember img were at the same place at explanations of pi or whatever. Now I'm going to just copy img, copy, go to this, put it over here. Now if you run it again, it's gonna work because it's gonna take in consideration, okay, the bundle file is over here. It's gonna take in consideration this um this folder over here. Let's see again. You see? Awesome. Now you have it over here. It is the same way you could put like some images, some pictures, or anything. It is gonna work. And now if you wanna send this to a friend and say, hey, my friend, hey, oh, like everybody, somebody like, hey, I created a nice game or whatever, you have to make sure this ex file, which is an application, has to be at the same folder or the same location at your img or like songs or whatever you put there. So this one, put them in a like folder with everything else, you like img or songs or video or whatever, and I promise you it's gonna work. So the trick was just this part over here, but do not use like MEI pass. You can just use over here to test if it's like running on a bundle. If yes, it's going to be over here. But if it's running as a normal process, it's going to be this, just like a test to show you. Necessarily we don't need that, but this is the deal. Just make sure you don't use it, because when it is creating the bundle file, it might create a folder different to this guy over here. So make sure you make your own folder saying, okay, when you create the bundle file, do not use what we call this folder name, but I'm going to give you a name. Put everything in this folder, you see, and this is gonna work. So also over here you see that everything was on like IMG game icon or IMG soccer ball. I could put them in like in the same file, in the same location as this file, and that way I will just take this thing off. You know what I mean? So thank you so very much for watching this, and if you really like it, please, if you really like it, please just hit like button and just share it all over. I mean, this is gonna help people because I know a lot of people are trying to make this work. They developed a nice game already, but they cannot have it work. They can't share it. It's gonna just work in one computer. But this one will work in every way you put the X file and the folder that contains like your images or whatever. So thank you so much again for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you.